could chokehold a bear? Who never skips leg day? Who always pays their taxes? Gadgets. Who has the tricked out ride? Who does the sickest backflips? Who's the manliest man with the buns of steel? Who could chokehold a bear? Who never skips leg day? Who always pays their taxes? Alfred, no! Not my bat! Jeez! Oh, hey. You probably don't recognize me, but I'm Batman. You know, the coronavirus has really put a damper on things. I've had to sit at home in the Batcave and play nothing but Lego Batman, the video game, for 4 solid weeks. Go away, Alfred! So, how this is gonna work? God, I'm out of shape. Is I'm gonna call someone, alright? And they're gonna phone in. Here we go. I'm Batman. Okay, you're on the line, caller.
Hello? Hello? Is this Batman?
This is Batman. This is
Mr. Jenkins down at the Gotham City Bank. 2 pizzas robbed you. We need help. Help us.
2 pizzas.
Help us, please.
I want pizzas.
What? You're supposed to be Batman. You're the savior of Gotham.
I know. China.
Fine. I'll just call Superman. At least he has powers. For you, you're just a man who dresses like a bat.
No.
No kid.
Not Superman, no. Anyone with Superman. Go Alfred.
The bank just got robbed, Batman.
I don't care. I'm rich. I'm Batman. I'm effing rich.
Help us, please.
Oh God, I'm so bad it hurts. God. Go Robin. I'm sure he's doing his Latin homework. He's free.
I don't want to. He's a bird lad.
You know what? I tell you, I'm done. I'm Batman.
I need Batman. Help us.
Okay. I'll be right over.
Alright.
Okay.
We'll follow your fat.
No, I'm kind of fat, but I'll be there. Stay right there.
You're a fucking fat man.
Okay, you're funny. Screw it. Screw it, I'm done. I don't need this. I'm Batman. God, it hurts. Oh, Batman. Crypto, go out. Go out. God. I'm Batman.
Hey guys, how y'all doing today? My name is Franchise Fanatic, and welcome back to the channel. Today, guys, is another Lego Batman, or I guess a Lego video game review. Today we're tackling Lego Batman, the video game. Of course, you could probably figure that together. This came out in 2008, of course, by TT Games, Traveler's Tales, DC, and Warner Brothers, even though they suck at marketing. So, first and foremost, I want to just tell you guys that tribute took me a freaking, not as long as the Rey and Kylo Ren dyad, but it did take me a while to do. I wasn't going to do a tribute, but then I said, you know what? Let's do it. So I had the tribute, and then I had the funny little skit. My buddy was on the phone. That was shout out to you if you're watching this. Really freaking helped. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the tribute, and of course I hope you enjoyed the little skit as well. And now we're moving on to the gameplay. So this is going to be a part 1. I'm not saying in the title, but I'm going to be saying right here this is a part 1 because Lego Batman, the video game, actually features 2 campaigns. It features the first campaign, which is the Batman, Robin storyline, you know, the good guy hero storyline, and then it tackles part 2, which will be the next video, which I'm not going to do a skit or a tribute. It'll just simply be the gameplay. It will be part 2, and it will focus on the villains. So Joker, Bane, Catwoman, Penguin, all those guys. And it's a really extensive game. So right now you're probably just, seeing me running around the Batcave, collecting studs and all that. And the Batcave hub world isn't that bad. I think it's better than Indiana Jones: The Barn at College. I think it's not, it isn't massive, but I think they do a good job of kind of, having that, I guess, Batcave area where you can kind of run around. It's not perfect, but, it gets better in newer LEGO games. But in this one, this is the first one. I think it's pretty good. And, I think it's a little neat hub, nothing too crazy. But from there, you can select your 3 different campaigns. Each campaign for the hero side has 5 levels. One for, Penguin, Joker, and the Riddler. So I do 1 level from each. Of course, like I said, there's 5 per thing. I'm not going to be doing all 5. Maybe I'll do a freaking Let's Play, who knows, but right now I'm just going to do 1 level. You're going to be seeing 1 level per hero campaign. So it's not going to be that long, because I did have this tribute and skit. But first and foremost, we're going to go right into the Riddler side of things. The first thing on the left. And this was kind of cool. Like, I got, it was the first LEGO game to kind of have these, an actual storyline. It wasn't like a, like Indiana Jones is based on that, and Star Wars is on that. This is based on Batman and DC, but TT Games, they told their own story, and this is kind of where the game kind of falters a bit. It is its own original story, but it's kind of nonsensical. I mean, it's kind of freaking cool because you're like right now I'm doing the, I think it's the Mr. Freeze level, which is kind of cool. You're trying to get different villains and all that. And, all these villains are leading up to Riddler, Penguin, and Joker, but it's not a great story because they're pantomiming, they can't talk, so the humor's still there. It's a LEGO game, but some of the freaking things in it's like, yeah, maybe I wouldn't have an original story, only because it's kind of hard to tell that story when you're dealing with, just not talking and all that. But it's all right. Graphics, like I said, pretty great for 2008. I think comparing Lego Indiana Jones 1 and this game, Lego Batman 1, to like Grand Theft Auto 4, these games are of course better looking. I don't know why GTA 4 looks like poop, but it does. But this game, like I said, going through these different events and kind of, using your hero abilities. This is the first game where, of course, you're playing as Batman, so you got your Batarang. You can, Robin's got his Batarang, Robberang, I don't know what it's called. But you're basically just beating the crap out of people. You know what I mean? Indiana Jones, there's a lot of fist. I was gonna say something else. A lot of fist punching in Star Wars, force blaster, lightsaber, but this Batman is really also just punching. How do you differentiate punching for Indiana Jones to punching for Batman? And they did that by having the Batarang, having different suits. This is the first game where you can, and you'll be seeing in this video, you can try on different suits. So Batman can use a suit to glide, Robin can use a suit to climb up magnetic things. Robin can also use a suit you're going to see later on in the video to suck up bricks and just kind of put them in like a different area. But it was kind of cool, because playing as Batman and Robin is cool on its own, but just playing a whole game of just punching, hitting the X button, kind of boring. So thankfully they added an option where if you hit the B button, you can grapple or pick up a guy, right? You're seeing it in the gameplay soon, or you have already. And you can hit the X button, and Batman will kind of punch him across the face or slam him on his head, and Robin kind of flips him around or chucks him somewhere. And it's cool, it helps divvy up the combat, because there is a lot of combat in this game. It's very much combat focused. It's not as, there are puzzles, but it's a lot of combat. And you're of course seeing that now. But even when I'm destroying the Mr. Freeze goons or what have you, I think running around, beating, like there's freaking like 20 guys on screen. You're gonna be punching the tar out of a lot of people, and it's fun, but it just it's not as memorable in that sense, only because you're still doing the same thing. But again, every LEGO game has the same formula, but there's different things about them. So moving on to, we're going to move on to the Penguin level, which is the vehicle level. This is, I believe, the second LEGO game to ever feature vehicle combat. The first was LEGO Star Wars: The Complete Saga, I believe. Maybe LEGO Star Wars 1 or 2, but for me it was Complete Saga. Indiana Jones, I don't think had this. Or, yeah, they did. What the F am I saying? They freaking had it. Continuing the trend of these vehicle missions, these are, I think, the least fun part about the game. They're not bad, but you're seeing here, I'm kind of driving around, just kind of, it's kind of like this big open area, right? You're in the Batboat, and, it's fun, but, you're shooting stuff, you're getting studs and all that, but it's kind of, I don't know, it can get kind of boring because it's just like this big area, you know what I mean? And it can be kind of hard at times because, again, there's no talking in the game. And one of the positives I will give the LEGO games that don't talk is that it's a friggin' miracle anyone, kid, teen, adult, knows how to play these games without talking, you know? Because most games are like, oh, hey, you know, Chase McCain's like, oh, maybe I should go over there and use my grapple, you know, or something like that. Or in Lego Batman 2, Batman's like, we need to go over there and smash that icon, you know, something like that. But in this, it's effing nothing, you know, they're not talking. So you have to really kind of figure it out and know the abilities of the characters, kind of like Indiana Jones and Star Wars. But again, this sea boat chase stuff, it's fun. It's my least favorite part about the game, probably because you're not playing as a character, you're just like a freaking vehicle. But, you know, it's cool. It's not great, but I think this is the best. It's better than Star Wars, better than Indiana Jones. This is the best, because you're in the Batmobile, you're in the Batboat that you're seeing now. I'm kind of zipping around, collecting things, shooting bad guys. It's kind of funny because Batman's just outright murdering people, but, you know, they're Lego. Fall apart, big deal. But there's a lot of great things in there that have to do with vehicle combat, and I think that, you know, having these, I'm probably going to show you a boss battle soon. The Penguin's submarine gun, submarine. God dang. And basically, you know, you have to shoot the things, and then you have to hit the B button and grapple the magnet. That can be hard. Grappling those like big magnetic red and orange ball things and chuck them at the silver bricks, you know, the explosives. That can be tough because you have to really kind of aim it correctly. But, you know, it's a good challenge. I think that having the, you know, like I said, the fist fighting, the combat is also a good challenge. Having to kind of mix up your attacks and really know for the puzzles also, you know, really know which character does what. You know, Batman with his suit, he can glide or, you know, use sonar and break glass bricks and lots of cool stuff there. And then we're going to move on to the Joker area, which is my favorite part of the game. I think the Joker is, when I got this game, I wasn't really allowed to see any of the DC movies, which makes sense because I was a kid. But basically, you know, the Joker in this game, I freaking love the design of the Joker, man. I think the design of Joker in this game is amazing. Lego Batman 2, 3, Dimensions, DC supervillains, those are good, but this is, I think, the most creepy and just the most evil-looking Joker. You know, just the hair, the face, the laugh, all of it. It's freaking crazy. So having this kind of idea where, you know, we're trying to get Scarecrow and, you know, all these different villains, really it all leads up to the Joker. And this is kind of that scene where I'm in, like, the Ace Chemicals type building and I'm smashing things. And this is where you're going to be seeing Robin collecting bricks with his suit power. But it's really cool, you know, the fact that they're able to, and I'm not showing you every level, but the fact that they're able to balance combat, action, good graphics, it runs really well, it's funny. My only complaints about this game really would be the vehicle combat isn't the best. It's still fun, but it's not as good as it could have been probably. And then it can be hard sometimes to know what you're doing. But thankfully, I know everything about DC. I like to think so. I kind of freaking you kind of know what's up. But like I said, you know, running through this area, collecting these bricks is Robin, smashing all the bad guys. There's a lot of bad guys on this level that you're seeing here. There's a lot of purple Joker thugs, and it really all kind of adds up to be this big, awesome action-adventure Batman game. You know, I mean, this is one of the best DC games of all time, and this is my least favorite Lego Batman game. Not because it's bad, just because the other ones are better, but this game, for what it started, I think having the option to have these characters use these suits, kind of take advantage of the different powers and the punching and the grappling and the different combos and the cutscenes and everything kind of comes together to make a great game. And yes, the vehicle combat isn't the best. It can be kind of hard sometimes to know what you're doing. In the open world, quote unquote, of you know, the Batcave is extremely tiny. It really isn't an open world. It's just kind of like a hub area where you can just kind of buy things, just kind of roam around. As you were seeing in the beginning, I'm punching the crap out of Alfred every time I got. That's probably the one thing I remember. Just beating Alfred up every time. But it's a fun game, you know, it really is. I think that this, comparing this to Star Wars and Indiana Jones, it's tough, you know what I mean? It's tough, because you get these people, they're like, oh, every LEGO game's the same, and I've been playing them for you guys, and hopefully you can agree, they are not the same, you know what I mean? They follow the same formula, but so does every game series, you know, that's just common sense. But, you know, having Star Wars, those abilities compared to Indiana Jones, compared to Batman, each game has something new and unique to offer. So in terms of all of them, I would probably say that, I mean, I think the Complete Saga is the biggest so far. But I do honestly think that this one's good. Because, you know, I love Indiana Jones and I love Star Wars, but when I was a kid, man, DC was the poop. And it still is the poop. I think Star Wars is better than DC. But I still love DC with all my heart. And to see that, you know, they made a Lego Batman game, you know, and it's actually good. It's freaking crazy, man. I remember going to McDonald's, getting the McDonald minifig toys, and they were crap, you know, because it's a McDonald toy. But, you know, it wasn't an actual minifig. It was like the size of the freaking earth. But it was kind of cool. So, again, you know, playing this game as a kid's fun. Playing it as a teenager was fun. And playing it as an adult today, for this review. I'm 22, so I played it. It's not like I haven't played it in 10 years, but it is a fun game, And to end off, I do think that the hero campaign of this is really good. The story's not the best. It's kind of crazy, kind of all over the place, and the vehicle combat isn't the best. It's still fun, but it's not as good as it could be. So the hero side gameplay where you're playing as Batman and Robin, I'm going to give that out of 10. I'll probably give it an 8.5 out of 10. It is fun. I would recommend it if you're a big Batman fan or a Lego fan or just a DC fan, or if you like fun, comedic, puzzle action games for all ages. I think it's really fun. So again, tell me in the comments what you think, and I love this game, and I cannot wait to do the villain campaign side of it soon. Again, I can't get every single thing in there. It's kind of hard. There's a lot of levels, but I tried to do one level for each. Hope you guys enjoyed the tribute, the skit, and the gameplay and the commentary. Tell me what you think in the comments about Lego Batman, the video game. Thank you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.